So today, I'm just gonna move this chair so we can see Pumpkin a little better. There she is. Hi, Pumpkin. Hi. Good morning. Today, I want to share an article with you. It's why we're wired to be pessimists and what you can do to fix it. I love that. So this doctor, Dr. Martin Seligman, a psychologist, explains why and what we could do to get our optimism back. So it's kind of annoying when somebody who's like kind of generally in a good vibration tells you, hey, just be happy or just cheer up or whatever. It's if you're feeling sad or depressed, it's really hard to do that. Like that's like saying, oh, you know, it's unhelpful, so it's like somebody telling you, oh, just go to sleep. It's not easy and it takes practice. So I want to share with you what he says in this article. It's not something you can actively do. You have to practice it, and then it comes naturally. So I thought that was a good information. I'm just making sure my mic's on. That was really good information. So he says half the world is on a positive affect spectrum, and half the world's on a pessimistic affect spectrum. And actually, the people that are pessimistic are better adapted to survive, which I found a little bit shocking, but then after he explained why, it made sense. He basically said, during the ice ages, we were bred and selected. What do you call that? Selected through pessimism. So if you were one of the type of, prehistoric folks that said, oh, what a beautiful day it is, you wouldn't survive because something would come and get you. So you really had to be on guard and kind of watch for things and think of what's the worst possible scenario to survive. So it's really a survival instinct that we have had in our DNA for thousands of years. So I just thought that's really, really interesting, and it kind of explains a little bit why people may feel that way. So there is a way, though, to turn it around. So he gives the example, if he says, oh, this interview is terrible, if he's doing an interview and it's coming out terrible, this doctor says he has to argue in his mind against it. He has to say, well, I did this, this, and this in the interview, and I've given hundreds of good interviews before, and then he flips his little switch and gets out of the pessimism and into the positivity, which is really interesting. So he says, let's see. So he recommends being somewhat in the middle, either being partially pessimistic, but that could be considered realistic, and then also being mindful, okay? He says concentrate on the present. So that's a really good bit of advice. Good morning. Can you please have some? I'm hoping you're talking about optimism because this is a rated G channel, so. Okay. My name is Teresa Waldron. You can call me T. This is my cat Pumpkin, and we're just here to give you a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of self-love, and then send you on your way. Okay. So, and also stay hydrated. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or a water or something, and take a little drink. Cheers. Here's to gratitude with attitude. Cheers to you. This is so good. It's coffee with a little bit of chocolate protein shake, and it's fantastic. Good morning. So, okay. So of all the things you've studied or learned, is there one thing that I'm reading, excuse me, an article about this doctor about why we are wired in our DNA for pessimism, and it's basically from survival. So if we thought everything was positive, everything was great, those folks didn't survive back in the day. The ones that were like, oh, what's going to happen, and they were prepared, those were the folks that survived. So it's kind of an interesting explanation of how people, kind of are naturally pessimistic. So thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate all the compliments and stuff. I'm great today. How is everybody doing today? I hope you're having a good day. It's Tuesday. Today here in America, it's April 15th. It is tax day. So for the first time in like a decade, I have my taxes done. They're filed. And I feel very peaceful about that. I feel good about that. How about you guys? Does everybody get their taxes in? Yeah, no, and you everybody be yourself, everybody do you, okay? And as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, everybody's free to be whoever they want to be, okay? So he asked the question in this article, how do you feel about where you are right now? It seems like we're struggling with optimism. So he said it's easy to get mired down in the bad news and the boring day-to-day events in our lives, but what we can do is we need to realize that we are progressing as humans. So, it may not look like we're progressing, but if we can kind of progress in our own little world, then that's all we can, that's what we can do. We can't be changing. I mean, you can eventually change the world, but start small, start small. Where are you from? I'm from the USA, right near New York City. And where's everybody tuning in from? I'm very curious. I'd love to know that. We've had people from all around the world, and I'm really honored if you take time to spend with me this morning. Just another 5 minutes. We're going to finish this article, and then we'll do a little deep breathing, and then I got to head out to yoga because it's my day for yoga. I'm really excited about that. Yoga has been such a peaceful, amazing practice, and it's really taught me to focus on breathing and the energy of your breath. You have so much power in your breath, and you don't even know it. So it's really beautiful. Yeah, so let's see, I'll wrap this up. So there's an optimism gap about how people feel about their lives and how they feel about the world. Okay, so a lot of times we feel a little bit better about our life than we do about like world situations, which is kind of interesting. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate that. And so that's kind of interesting because I feel like we can control our lives a little bit better. And I'm just going to say one more point because I found this very, very helpful. Maybe two more things. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, so he says that being mindful is a way to kind of get yourself out of the pessimism. And he says there's a good thing about meditation, mindfulness, concentrating on the present, which that's really important. Like, don't perseverate about mistakes you made in the past or stress out about the future. Kind of do your best and make your decisions. I found that making a decision and sticking with it can really, really be empowering. Rather than saying, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And that uncertainty can cause us a lot of stress. So kind of when you make a decision and you go with it, that's really good. And detaching a little bit. So leaving a little bit of our emotions out of it. And that can also be very, very helpful. One of the costs, though, of accepting your fate, accepting that you can't go on and do something about the future, correlates with so one of the costs of kind of being pessimistic correlates with physical illness, shorter lifespan, and less accomplishment at work. So having that, trying to work to have that positive attitude, it's worth the effort. It's worth the effort. I mean, I had that attitude, and I didn't even know it for like 50 years. And now I really am focusing on being mindful, being healthy, and being the best person I can be. And it's really been a life-changing practice. And it is a practice. It's like going to the gym. It's like anything else. You really have to work at it. You don't just say, oh, I think I'll be happy today. That's not how it works. You do little things for yourself. You're kind to yourself. And, slowly it builds up over time. You don't go to the gym the first time and just lift, 500 pounds. You have to work your way up to it. And mental fitness is very much the same way. So we're going to wrap it up today with a little bit of deep breathing. I'm going to put my coffee down here. Okay, and my computer. So if you're not operating heavy machinery or driving, close your eyes and inhale through your nose. And we're holding it for a few seconds. And exhale. Hold it out for a few seconds. We're going to do this 2 more sets. And I want you to this time inhale. Focus on inhaling relaxation and holding it. And let it go wherever in your body that you need to be relaxed. And then exhale. Let that tension out. Let that stress out. Let that negativity out. Let that fear, let the worry go. Hold it out. Then inhale again. And hold it. And exhale. One more set, and we're going to inhale. And hold it. And exhale. And hold it out. Okay. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and I hope you're having a great day. Here's to you. Have a great day. Right, Pumpkin?